How livest thou? Is not the sun betwixt me and thee? And yet we find ourselves lost in this nothing. You know what I gotta say? Suck it up for a little bit longer because I've got to get my mic. That's enough of your bullshit, sir. We thank you for it, but enough. Goddamn enough with your wankery on that damn guitar there, sir. Well, how are we? I'm doing good on this Sunday morning. It's almost 3 in the morning here in Michigan. Weather is cloudy and kind of fucking cold, to be completely honest. Good cuddling weather, but you know, when you're by yourself, it's kind of hard to do. Not with my blanket that I have. The blanket I have is very fucking fuzzy and very warm, but you know, you get out from underneath that thing, you're fucking cold. But damn good blanket. Holy shit, that thing is fucking nice. It's hard to get out from underneath it, man, because it's just so fuzzy and comfortable. But yeah, I've just been spending yesterday, Saturday. I did a little bit of not exercising, but just stretching and stuff. I've just been taking it very easy today. It's a day of rest. Well, yesterday's a day of rest, and so just chilled the fuck out, man. Had a good time, just laying there watching YouTube and all kinds of shit, man. It's really cool. I got to see some things about bison. Watched one about this magma flows and stuff. Watched one. The bison one was really cool because they're saying that like within 2 minutes of the bison being. Hello. Oh shit! It's on, isn't it? Thank you for saying. Appreciate that. I never know. I just go live. You know, I don't really care about that shit sometimes. I do apologize about that. We return to normal flying altitudes. And what have we done? No, I watched a thing about bison. And thank you. It was just cool. Within 2 minutes, they're born and they're trying to take their first steps. Within 7 minutes, they're running with the herd. In 7 minutes of being born. It's fucking fascinating. There's all kinds of stuff. There's things about like birds and shit. I just watched a lot of shit today, like a little, like, you know, a lot longer stuff. Here recently I've been watching a lot of like just short clips about what's going on and trying to place exactly where we are. You know, I don't have quite my telemetry, whatever the fuck this. I don't have it dialed in yet. I don't know exactly where we are. I mean, I've got it pretty close. The problem with my life and my thinking is that you don't always know. You can figure it out pretty quickly, you know. That's what's good about it, is you can figure it out pretty quickly. I just have a very weird fucking life, and I don't mind. I don't even mind being. I don't want to be alone, you know. But I don't want to be. You know what I mean? I don't need crowds. I don't need adoration. I don't need all that shit. I just need someone to, like, you know, bounce ideas off of and talk to, you know, from time to time. Even if they got a life to go, come and go, you know. I don't mind that fact that I don't always, you know. I don't know, big crowds and stuff just really fuck with me. And, yeah. Even riding the bus can be pretty stressful for me because of the fact that, I mean, I have a tendency towards what I feel is right, you know, a very strong, and so when I hear shit that's like off, I just want to kind of, you know, let's see that, like, there's that guy that rides all the time. I was talking about, I'd never seen an NPC in real life. Fuck it, it was a trip. It was creepy. It's kind of weird. It wasn't quite exactly like strange weather we're having, right? Strange weather we're having. It's like, yeah, you know, blah, 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 whatever we had to say. And then I said something else, and he just kind of like, there's this guy, this dead look in his eyes, kind of like turned and looked, like the NPCs do, and just kind of basically said a similar thing that was a bit different. I was just like, oh god, it was weird. Like, because I felt like exactly like how I feel when I'm playing. Aren't you supposed to have options? Aren't you supposed to have options now? Never mind, or no? Where's the sword at? You know, nothing. Okay. So you didn't get it. I didn't take a lot of opiates today. I mean, I really just stayed in bed. I didn't even smoke because my pot was back here and it was cold in the house all day. And really catnap. I was just like laid in bed, you know, just laid on the couch bed and just kind of. Well, this isn't straight. Yeah. And actually used it for like a couch area and started sleeping in my bed. Like a big boy. But it's just too convenient to be watching TV with a good sound system. My Bluetooth are hooked up to that speaker. I mean, you know, what I mean, so if it is really late at night, I'm jamming some music or something. I can just watch, you know, and just watch the concert, whatever the fuck I'm watching. I really want to get into. It's really been bumming me the fuck out watching live concerts. They rarely get a good mix, and I don't know what the fuck that is, but I want to get in there. I bet you I can fix it. That way you don't have to worry about like whether or not they like the performance of the song. You know, because you're not gonna play exactly right every time. Sometimes you're gonna get a better crowd response. You know, especially if you're on tour, it'd be a good thing to do. Like I said, instead of selling 5 jillion concert tickets, do more like virtual experiences stuff. You know, we're already kind of moving that way anyways. But that way everybody gets a kind of the best seat in the house. You know, because it's just one camera and that kind of advice. There's several cameras and you can move from camera to, so you can just move freely throughout the shit, get close up on the stage, like way closer than you ever could get. There could even be a camera guy walking around with that, you know what I mean? And they have some live people there because it actually is a live, you know what I mean? But then it can turn and look at the crowd, so you kind of look how you know, you stand next to the lead singer and kind of see what he sees. Because then when they see the camera, you know they're going to go nuts when they see the camera. Everyone wants to be the guy going crazy, guy or girl. You know, and then be like right up to the guitar player, like watch them, like what they're interacting, whatever, all that shit. It'd be good to have like a stereo vision, and also not to be operated the same, but you know what I mean. There's just on the stage, there's just two, so you can have one like on the drum. You can have two different people you can focus on it, and they kind of know the trade between. So it's like an even type of thing because it's a whole band. You know, why is it just like poof, on the singer? And on the guitars, and I think that's because because of the there's a lot of shit that goes into it because our vision isn't properly 2020, much less. I mean, like mine's 2020, 2025, and the average people have like weaker than that, and it's different, very different eyes. So you can imagine much less important to people, but your hearing is probably the same way. And so although it's stereo, you probably hear a little bit better, but it's what you hear, so it just becomes normal. Like if your hearing isn't whatever, if you just have like bad hearing in the higher frequencies, you're not going to hear a lot of the shiny stuff in music. If you don't hear as good in the lower frequencies, which I don't see how that could be possible, but it's possible, I'm sure, you're not going to get the bass. And so if you don't have that bass in there, then you're not going to get as much enjoyment out of things. They're just those different things. And then you start focusing on what? The things you can. The lead guitar comes streaming through with a lead. The drums really don't get a lead aside from like drum fills. But even then, that's just to reinforce the music, you know, the tapestry in the background that the lead singer, who's very, he's the one jumping around, running around, doing stuff. She's the one who's in the skimpy clothes, Beyonce. Backup musicians, what? Backup musicians, it's just Beyonce. Right? Just Justin Timberlake. Just Madonna, Cher, all this. And so therefore the backup drummers and stuff are just like, they're guns for hire, they're just irrelevant. They're not even important. Matter of fact, they're not even involved in the writing process. They really take on tour. And sometimes just to make it look like you have someone back there. It just plays background music. And the person running on front stage, has a little dancing around and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's just like I said, they were talking about like the 4K and all this other stuff, and like, oh, so, but people really didn't see the difference between 720 20 and 1080. And then I actually looked at the difference between it, and like they said, when you get close up on it, you'd see the different, you know. At 7, they had a picture, of course, of Matrix. They had a picture of the Matrix, and they had Morpheus, and they're showing at 1080 and 720 zoomed in like 5 times, whatever. And like once you zoom in, like you're like if you're sitting right at the screen, you start seeing little pixels. From a distance, it's just a picture. And then 1080 was the same way. Now with 4K, it's a bit smoother and stuff, and I can see it very well. But it's starting to add a digital quality to everything. I don't trust anything anymore. It's adding a digital quality to everything. Not anything I watch out there, everything that's on my screen. I just, you know, that's kind of one of the reasons why I don't like watching new movies now, because almost all of them are based on shit from back there. I can look, this is just so-and-so renamed. This is just so-and-so renamed. This is just, you just made this into a female, and you made the 5 people, and they're into 10 people. You know what I mean? It's just, there's other ones that like, there's the ones that like that. I'm not gonna bust them out, because if people don't know, people don't know. Because I can see behind scripts, because I can see behind fucking, you know, the curtain of music, I can see behind the curtain of like all that shit. It's just, a lot of stuff has to be a lot better than usual to impress me. Like I said, I know how all that shit's made. I know how videos are, you know what I mean? It's just kind of, you know, as it's coming in, I'm like, I'm watching for the direction, I'm watching for the audio, I'm listening for the fucking, yeah, I'm watching for the beats of everything to be, you know, on. People did Sherlock are really good. The only thing I would give them on is that they should have thought it through a bit more. Like I said, planning for like 3 seasons, but in case, 2 extra. Just in case. And or enough to make like a movie. Learned that from Firefly. I learned a lot of things from watching Firefly, including having several subplots, several red herrings, several enemies. It's just one enemy to face off against. When they're defeated, there's really no story left. And if it's a huge boss, like all evil in the world, there's no, from Lord of the Rings, there's no other stories to tell. You defeated all evil. Any other stories from that are going to be very, 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 very disappointing. They're just not going to have the gravity. Even there's not going to be as much at stake. You've already set the expectations of the crowd. You have to take it to another fucking planet. You have to follow the wizards, you know, to where they come from, because they're like immortal beings, and they decide to leave Middle Earth and go back to wherever they're from, and then shit going on there that people are like, oh, this is a whole new, again, Pete Holmes' unfavorite word, realm, whole new place to be. They got something big. It's another ring. They had to unify, you know. Turns out there's not those 3. Turns out there's like another 2. Maybe because of what the blue wizards did. They fractured things, fractured reality, and now they got to link them all together. That'd be pretty cool. It is another ring. Gandalf, of course, would be most needed, which is why you're going to have to handicap him somehow. Because he has the most experience with the ring. The blue wizards wouldn't be there to help. Radagast. I don't know if he's dead. I think he might be dead by then. I don't know. It'd be a chance to introduce the new Radagast, the new whatever. And you have Gandalf there and possibly someone else. No, I could say Saruman, but he's already dead. Unless he came back, you know, like Gandalf died. But again, this would have to be like, again, so, but then will they have, I mean, I guess they have to unify, but again, it'd have to be like everything's going to tear apart and undo. They may have had something to do with what the Blue Wizards were actually doing. Yeah, I mean, there could be all kinds of things to tie it together, but you'd have to tie the past. The Blue Wizards would be the ones like I said. And, you know, I mean, they became the Ring and Sauron. It almost makes sense that they come down male and female. Like it couldn't make up its mind. Like it genuinely could not make up its mind, kind of selfishly, and it couldn't decide either. So the other ones that can be male, I'll be, you know, when they arrive. And I'd be a hot chick. I'd be a stud dude. You know what I mean? Because it's selfish. Now there's two of us. We can run this whole fucking thing. You know what I mean? We're not supposed to, but why aren't we supposed to? I guess because we can do it. That kind of shit. It does work good. I'm gonna set that aside for a second. Again, my attention to this planet is just really fading. Fucking hate it here. But I see it being replaced by, if you were to dream, would you even know? Certain people, sure, you probably would know that they were, but aside from that, like fall asleep, go to sleep, don't ever fucking, either that, it just takes over, they just meld the two together. Can you imagine? Dream and reality melded together. A multiplayer game? Fuck, dude. NPCs everywhere. Kind of like a universal Far Cry, for fuck's sake. And there's red fucking hats every goddamn where. Fucking Peggies. It's just the idiocy of America, man. It's astounding. It is astounding. And that, like I said, I get frustrated and start getting angry. So I just rather not even deal with that, But it's still here. It's very persistent. What was that, Einstein? Reality, no matter how persistent, remains an illusion. Interesting. This is... I noticed a while back the cold and wet feel very similar. If you get your clothes out of the dryer in the winter, it's harder to tell, unless you get them fresh out. If you get them after a while and go in there feeling they're kind of cold, whatever, I think they're still wet. But, and like with the Matrix, so the movie, Mouncer was talking about maybe they couldn't figure out what to make chicken taste like, which is why chicken tastes like everything. It's just it's not bad, kind of a plain flavor. So you add other things to it, it absorbs flavor really well. There's in the story, in the Robber and the Thief story, there's 3 stories of that. And I'll do the next one. The next one's Eye of the Shadow. And it's going to be in first person also. It's going to be another journal. It's going to be 500 years. Written 500 years after The Robber and the Thief. And then there's another one that drops just right around, it's coming out right around the time of the Keep Christerian. This is the 3rd one, called The Mischief of Mercy. Pardon me. And that's like the 3 there, and that wraps up the Aya saga. And so that way I'm not writing that forever. That's why I wanted to do everything the way I'm doing it. So you get when you get Tales out, so you get Shuna, you get all these people. You get Raven, you get the Shuna, you get in the Keep Christerian, you can have Solana and Balin, his twin brother Dalen. I should go in the living room and read that. But and then Solana. Her real name isn't Solana. But yeah. And they're seeking out the Keep Christerian. It's a story. The whole thing is kind of a story I came up with when I was like 14. My brother had gotten D&D whenever he got that. that's when I was, like I said, I was trying to write my own choose your own adventure because I was going to do the Keep Christian. I figured if maybe if I was dungeon master, like it's the least liked thing, because nobody's going to want to do it. And that's usually, what I get in. So I get into that kind of shit because nobody else wants to do it. So it's not necessarily that I want to do it, but I end up being good at it because I'm good at playing, but I'm also good at. And I'll never get better at playing as long as everybody's making me be the dungeon master. But um, so yeah, I remember playing with Side Story. Friday Night Customs was a place you could put your Halo maps, and I used to do those. And I did them in Halo Reach, and then I started making some in Halo 4 with their thing there. And I didn't get to play all of my maps, but God, I could go back in there and work on some of those, or maybe like start working. I don't know if Infinity has a map builder. I really like building maps. Oh yeah, I did. Anyways, we were playing on my map because they let you bring your maps in, and they would test it and test your maps on this Friday Night Customs place. And I actually got spotlighted on this other guy that was featuring Halo maps, and that's why they let me, play mine. And people were loving my maps. I mean, they were just loving my maps. There's all kinds of they're showing me shit. I put in stuff to make like jumpy routes because I know people like this little ninja routes, whatever. They're inventing shit in front of me. I'm watching them run my map, and I'm they're all laughing, like, oh shit, fuck, you see that? Oh, fuck. Yeah, I mean, they're just having a great time. Second, they're kicking the fuck out of me on my own goddamn map, by doing shit I never even thought of, shit that was just insane. I'm like, fuck, but they're just having a blast, so I didn't mind getting my ass kicked, because they're just tearing it up. And like every time I'd load a map of mine, come around to my turn to play, I throw up a map, and they're just like, fuck. I mean, I remember I posted one. And people don't expect me to think. I do. I made a circular map because there's a big island in the center. I used to build all my maps. There's a small island, there's a medium island, and a large. And so I built my maps on top of that because it'd be easy to contain. There's a kill boundary and all that shit. I decided to build one around the base where there's some water lapping in and stuff. And it worked out. It worked out really cool. So there's a danger if you go on the rails or something, you get fall into the water. There's water traps. You can run up the side, but there's like this big, at the top, there isn't supposed to be, the whole base is supposed to be there. I built like a radio satellite station at the top. You can get up there, but there's a kill zone. And everything is like a big old basis down there, like with jets and shit and all kinds of really cool weapons and stuff. And I thought about the routing around stuff, and one thing that I hate is when people would camp on teleporters. So a long time ago, I solved that. I put in a kill zone around so if you try to stand over the teleporter, it starts to kill you. Makes sense? You've already teleported through. You go from the other side, and as soon as you pop through, it starts killing you. You just get out of there, and you get back to normal. Like returning to base, maybe within 5. So if you let it sit there, it's like 5, 4. Like shit. Yeah, I already counted on people doing that because. It's a circle, so you can make a choke zone. On top of that, I always hate when you try and teleport, but you can't go through because someone's just standing on it to keep you from being able to go through. Fixed that shit a long time ago. But I put the map up and just pictures of it, trying to get the people to try it out and see. And this guy immediately was like, dude, this just gonna choke off, and there's gonna be fucking yada yada yada, blah blah blah. That you can build all these choke points. I'm like, I've already thought of that, man. Have you played it yet? And they're like, no, but circular maps never work for that. I'm like, download and try it, and then we played it. It was really fun, whatever. But it's still circular maps just don't work. I'm like, but did it work? I'm like, yeah. Were there any choke points? No, no points ever there. They always hold on to, they can't just be like, yeah, dude, you're right. I'm sorry. That's actually a really good map. I've never seen a circle map actually work. There's too many choke places. I didn't think it was going to work, honestly, but we played on Friday Night Customs. Everybody had a fucking blast. I got to give you that. Apologies. That'd be one thing, but it's just like, no, they usually don't work. So therefore my criticism was valid because I you didn't say, so therefore I'm not sorry. I don't apologize. That's for weakling. I don't do that. Hmm. What? I didn't do it. What? That's not what? I said the devil is a bastard, and I don't like when he makes me say things. No. You're gonna have to give me a couple more millennia to muster that one up. I'm sorry. Almost that time. Let me check. Oh fuck. Yeah, we're really close to out of time. I think this one stopped. This one's still working. Can't. I was gonna say you can't, but no, it's all right. Keep Christerian. I was working on it when I was 14, and so I was just trying to think of I was looking through all the different stuff they had, and there's like a castle. There's a keep, a part of a castle that in case the other part gets sieged down, blah blah blah, and going through all these different definitions. So okay, cool. So I was going to draw this like kind of fallen courtyard and stuff. I was working on the map. It was very, I mean, it was really, so I had like the graph paper, and I was doing everything, making like a lame ass castle, what I figured a castle would be like, and then the back had like the keep where it was going to be, the whole thing was going to be like the castle was going to be like almost like a town inside, and that was going to be like the main tower, and I was like, Mage Tower. He's also, the keep. Hysteria that just came in my head. I was like, yeah. And so it's been in my head since then. And I never got to play with my brother, so I never really, he never even showed any, like, whatever, and I never saw, so I just like, fuck. I didn't even bother finishing this out, because, I just kept going. But, Keep Hysteria just had a cool name to it. Started playing Skyrim. I was looking at modding that, and I came with all the options, like, the kids and stuff. I had a bunch of stuff. There was a bunch of different things. You had to go get different people that would help you. I needed a mod team, but as far as the direction of the story, I had the dialogue and everything for everybody. I had the options of what they would what they would say, and when it would loop around, whatever. There were two ways of doing it. You'd have to go talk to the elves, and then possibly negotiate with them, and or there's that one mill that is kind of abandoned. You'd have to either kill the bandits there and then take that back, because like on your way there, there's one of his sons or one of his I don't know if it's gonna be one of his sons. It's gonna be one of his relatives was sitting there just basically screaming at the at the mill about you guys are thieves, you stole this shit, blah 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 blah. Help you. You get my mill back from these guys. Yada, yada, yada. Turns out the guy did this other shit, and it goes around to being this like it's a really interesting story and quest. I wanted to be like I played some of the quests, and some were just kind of to be done, and I wanted to be like it's a good story. It's nowhere near. It includes. It's still you're going to a lot of places you've been. Like, oh, right on. Yeah, okay. You have to go to the third of the world because you need this pickaxe to go to that pickaxe to the third. It's not going to be a Skyrim mod anymore, so you have to go to the third of the world to get this pickaxe, and that's where you meet the sun. The sun is going to have gone to be with the Greybeards because he's actually a necromancer, and he's the one that put that up there at the third of the world, that pickaxe, and that the only thing that will open up the ice in the further north. It's like a burial chamber with stall room and stuff like there, or whatever that's called. That new place, it wouldn't be bad to go there, and I have to dig in some ice to get him out of there. like one of the, like a cave in the wall, and that's where I can't remember. I had something. I think it might have been actually like the deed. The deed to the thing was there, and a couple of other things that you need to resurrect Christerian. It's a long thing. Again, with the elves, they knew who he was, and they didn't want him resurrected. So they were going to do like this bunch of stuff where you can play to them, and they can just go ahead and give you the deed. You know what I mean? If you play their game and shit, whatever. It wasn't going to be long, but as long as you don't upset them, you know. They could. If you do anything wrong, they'll kick you out, and you will not be able to get back in. But if you do it right, oh, the deed, yeah, no, you clear the bandits out, take it, you know, that kind of shit. And so when you go back and like, we gotta get this. No, we don't. Oh, shit. All right. I mean, you might still have to go through the world, but I mean, you wouldn't have to. There was a bunch of stuff you'd have to do. I might put the deed somewhere else. I don't remember. There was a lot of things to it. But yeah, remember step straight. My neck is starting to crack more. Not hurting quite as bad. My lower back is starting more. That's all right. That's one of those ones that just bark, bark. Yeah, I mean, it's Easter Bunny. Bark, bark. Hey there, handsome. New around here. Shit, I don't know what the fuck. Anyways, yeah. Fuck, I love the sound of guitar. But yeah. So, the way the keeper steering goes now, I won't go into too much detail. It's pretty fucking interesting though. I like it. I like it a lot. Not only the idea behind it, like I said, a modern age digital choose your own adventure. That's a full fucking novel, and each of the three routes, the golden routes, makes a complete novel, where the other ones make pretty good short stories. And it does none of them ruin any of the others. You have to keep shit together really well to figure out, like, after if you've read like 2 or 3 times, you're probably like, okay, so wait, you know what I mean, to try and keep it straight. Then let's just get to the endings, and that's just 3 endings. You can then choose which one you think is the actual ending of the book. And until It Came and Went comes out, you can be right. Ain't I a stinker? I love it because I was like, okay, dude, I've gone through so many things. Okay, I've actually found the scroll endings at the end. I've read 2, and of those, knowing him, I'm gonna say it's the fucking first one. It's fucked up. And It Came and Went came out. Like, fuck, let me go read it again. No, it can't be because that wasn't in there. Oh, god damn it. So there is a correct answer. He's a fucking dick. Yeah. I'm a fucking asshole. Why'd you say it could be any ending? Hope. We all need hope. I don't know. I feel like fucking with you. Have you read my shit? I felt like fucking with your head a little bit, man. Listen to my music. Some of the soundscape, I felt like fucking with your head a little bit. There's that one that I love. It's just, the first time I heard it, I was like, oh. It was called The Imprint. Yeah, that's number 4, I believe. Find it if I can. That would be under music stuff. Storage. How's your day been? Hmm? Good, bad, better, worse, about the same? About the same. It's Turtle to the rescue! What? What? I mean, no, this one's called the city. It should be called the imprint. Oh, wait. Yeah, pause and stop, and then. This is probably loud. Good and turn down? Good, good. Good and turn down. Yeah, I wrote these with the express purpose of trying to induce lucid dreaming. Maybe if I do an ASMR in the future, I'll just kind of turn this way down and just kind of also talk over top of it, so just back there like that. Probably keep me from screaming a lot, just talk about things, because I know it's keeping me calm. Like right now, I can barely hear my own voice, which is fine by me. Hopefully it's coming through loud enough. I don't know if it is or not. Hopefully it's like I don't know if it's like might be an annoying way, but I don't know. Trying not to be. You can always put the reverb back on. Tonight on ASMR, you ready to transcend? We'll be talking about your higher self and how to achieve getting higher than that. Get your higher self stoned. It's not easy. You have to smoke in your sleep. This is what I used to listen to when I was doing the ketamine journal. But I sit there and I was just writing. I'm just fucking, and then like I said, she walked around and fucking eat a fucking hour later, to kind of kill that nasal drip. That was a funky experience. I'd like to do some more. I'd have to talk to them about what happened, if it's even. But like, do you need it? I'm like, I don't need it. No. Like, are you gonna be bad off? No. Not fair. I'm calling not fair. That's it. I'm calling it. Well, I'm gonna tell. Whoever I have to, I don't care. Until you give me the fucking ketamine, I'm gonna tell. Whoever will listen. Hello. And, that's all I have to say about that. Opposed to hey, don't music to be doing that. Don't be. I was just playing random keys. That's why I'd like to take the music. I've got the MIDI notes, and I'd like to run that through different instrumentation and see what it comes into. But I just loaded up random instruments and just kind of played notes to do this, knowing that everything in C is in key, so I can just start tweaking and like bend the notes, and then the ones that are in D are not going to be, but I know all the black ones are in key too, so I can do that shit too. I can do weird shit with the just all C or just all B if I will, like, how dark I want it to be, and then that starts like the pitch bend, or and then bend it back up, and then back down, and then go too high. Sometimes holding a chord, sometimes not, especially the ones that I didn't. There's this one, there's several others. And this one's like 9 minutes already. 9 minutes and 20 seconds, and it's 9:22. I have to make note of that. I hate math, but Numbers are pretty significant for many reasons, you know. I don't like math. I'm a dreamer. I didn't even think about that. Math might not even be true. Think about it. Math might not even be real. Just because it works doesn't mean that it's finite and for real. You know what I mean? I get the concept, right? The concept of democracy works. The real world application. Same thing, if it math works, why did sometimes the rocket? Because there's too many variables that change so that the math can't work out. But if it can't work out, why does it? Because there's something else going on. Perhaps the will to do these things. And do them right, there you have carpentry. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily the planing of the wood and the utensils you use. It's the care, the desire to do something good, do it right from the foundation. Understanding it's going to take time to work and build. You don't just walk through the house and go, my house. You understand that it was a long, laborious process to bring the house. And you might not even live there. You know what I mean? It's just someone else's in there. That's even more important to pay attention to what other people say. Because like, I don't want the ceiling fan here, but it's not my house. So the information, that becomes where it's all important. Beyond the ones and zeros, you know what I mean? Because at the end, the math could be wrong, but the information is correct. For example, if our scale of 3 is wrong, if our scale of Fibonacci is wrong, if any of these things are wrong, if our miscalculations don't work out, even in like, but in this instance it doesn't work out, then it truly is not universal, is it? It has to work across the fucking universe to be universal. It has to be why the comets move, how they move, explain their variance and flutter and rotation. It has to do all that shit. Now the supposition and the guess does great. The math makes it more finite to comprehend it more detailed. But then that's only would be, if it's not actually correct, that would be more of a similarity. It runs similar to 1 + 1. Why isn't it 1 + 1? Because it just isn't. You know what I mean? It's something else. Something even more fundamental, even more real than that. The information is moving. It's like a variable of 1 plus a variable 1 that can fluctuate in what those values are and still come out to be 2. Because that 1 could be 0.5 plus 1.5. Or it could be whatever it needs to be to equal 2. Oh shit, that's heavy, right? Whatever it's like, you know. But it's actually a bit more accurate. Because the speed of light is whatever it needs to be. And passing through the environment is the speed that it is. To let you see. That environment is going to allow the creatures that live there a chance to live and thrive. Therefore, those creatures are going to need this light to travel at this speed in order for their optics to work correctly. And that's what the you know what I mean? It all is because it needs to be. There's no math necessarily behind it that you can duplicate. Because it's already there. You can manipulate, that's different. Duplicate? No. There was a heavy thought I thought of today. They're talking about, like, the universe and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, the universe, even if it includes everything, that's only universe now. They were talking about the scale. There's a guy, it's a famous astrophysicist, I believe, or whatever the fuck he is. He's on a lot of those PBS shows and stuff with Neil deGrasse Tyson and things, and like Hero. I can't remember his name. I want to say Ashikaga, but I don't think that's his name. I can see the guy, white hair. I mean Neil deGrasse Tyson because he's just fucking everywhere. And that other guy is there pretty often. This is the same song, like 15 minutes. It just kind of dies off because you sleep. And supposedly, so I wanted the brain to have a quiet time to hit that REM. And right here, you're just dreaming. And before, when that's supposed to come out, it'll start picking up the music again to trigger you to do it again. And then the next song, as it only has a trigger. So if you ever were younger, at any point in time, it just does a trigger and then it lays it like, see, that's it, 1540. I wanted to build a fucking traceable way to get into lucid dreaming for anybody that could do it, and I didn't want to sell anything, but can you imagine, like I said, a multiplayer game, people would probably start doing drugs and all kinds of shit. Like at night, you could go to this fucking thing and put it in, and there'd be a group of people. You guys are all dreaming and pushing boundaries of shit. And maybe like later on, someone else goes to sleep and there's another batch of people there. You know what I mean? And they go off in a total different way. But it's supposed to just get you in that mode, and if whoever's on that same frequency can tune in, basically. Good or bad. I mean, you could, I'm not a bitch. Often I'll run from the problem. But when it seems like there's nowhere to run, I will turn. And when I do, it ends for whatever the problem is. So, which also ends the dream. As long as I'm scared, I keep running. But when I fucking turn and attack, the thing loses and I win. And I wake up. My shortest dreams are when I solve the problem in the dream. I remember I was captured by aliens and put in this cargo bay. And in that cargo bay, there were several half-breed aliens, you know, and they were very kind of like weird looking, you know. I mean, they're like the different breeds of different stuff. And they're coming out kind of like from behind the stuff, and they're all kind of just separated. I'm like, is this here? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, fuck this, we're having fun. You know what I mean? And I was like, they just kind of, like, the mood just really light. It was like very heavy, like, yeah, that's all that's here. I'm like, no, I mean, this is our people. Yeah, let's have some fucking fun. And then be like, yeah, and I started fucking thinking there was kinds of shit to do in that room. It's just like a storage room, and I'm starting to think all kinds of shit to do in there to fuck shit up, and let's have some fucking fun. You know, this is us? Yeah. Weird leg. Come on, you know, I mean, let's go do this shit, bro. I don't know your fucking name, and I'm not learning that language. You can hear me. Grab that crowbar, bitch. Let's open some shit. This is a storage room, right? As soon as we start fucking laughing and time to start cracking into shit, wake up. Like I said, I'll be walking through like the mall or something, just as an example. And there'll be like, you know, people that are kind of leading the way, and they go like a store and they blah, 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 come out, and then like, hey, I'm going to stop over here. And they're like, no, let's just keep going this way. I'm like, no. And then I just go out there and I go out the door I was going through, and it's just like, so the whole thing's like a facade. I step outside, it's like, have you ever played Fallout 4 with that one bunker is underground? It's like that. It's like there's just a big illusionary mall, and you open the door, and it's just like dirt and like these planks wall. Like, it's all a fucking set. Wake up. Yeah, but I know when I'm driving because that shit's complete. You know what I mean? It's complete. If you go over there, it's over there. Oh shit, that one ended because of that. Whatever. I could put on more. Let's see. Lullaby. Let's do that one's lullaby. Alright, so let's bring this down here. loud, isn't it? Bring it down a little bit. There, that'll work. So, I'm picking out louder, so let me just bring it up just a little bit to make sure. Okay. Put reverb on that. I could. I'll probably fan it out to the background a lot more. It's no inexpensive reverb. No, not that. True verb? IR1 efficient. IR live. There we go. That one's. I don't know if that did it or not. That's what they put on there. Not too much. Yeah. It's an interesting thought. So I'll have to check it sometime when I got a good monitor or something, you know. But, I've had pretty intense dreams my entire life. A lot of them have actually, I haven't had a lot, but I've had several come true to the point that I don't know when I'm having a dream, if it's, I have like a foreboding dream, I never know when it's actually going to happen or not. I guess what I'm trying to say. And a lot of people say, like, you're supposed to sleep to that, and that this is the first song on the album, you're supposed to go sleep. So yes, you'd be like, what the fuck? And when it drops off, you're like, there, thank you. Oh, gotcha. It's like, you're like, God. Okay, finally. And you just kind of coast right down into it. It's pretty intense. Everything has a purpose, really. Some of them I meant to, some I didn't, but this is definitely all random, just shit, just pitch bends and random button pushes. Psychedelic instruments. This is really cool about synths like these. They do a lot of the work for you. You just let them sit back there and wow, 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 wow. You don't have to do a lot. If you change pitch along with a song, it'd just be this. You know what I mean? So that's why I usually use the bass line, which is usually just like one note. I don't do overcomplicated bass lines for this very reason. I could program the exact bass line I'm playing, but this is just dun 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 is better because this comes back and all that kind of shit in there. Gotta stop slouching for fuck's sake. I've just done it so much in my life. I don't know, it feels cocky sitting instead. You're like standing upright. I know when I'm walking down the street, especially like, going places. Like around here, I don't mind doing it, but strutting chicken. But yeah, going around downtown and shit. Looking at my shadows, like, Jesus. I'm not doing that at all. I'm just like walking upright like this, and it just feels like the upright citizen. Holy shit, it's already been an hour? Are you kidding me? So yeah, I want to do some more work on music and stuff pretty soon, but I guess I'm not supposed to. Not right now. Um, I got really fond of this kind of music, hanging out with Opie and stuff like that. I mean, I've always liked music and tones, but we get really fucking stoned to his mom's station wagon. And we have Hearts of Space. There's a lot of shit like this kind of stuff on there. Much more tonal. Not this guy's shit. I probably would have been cracking the fuck up if it was, though, because I mean, that would have been tickling my ribs. Like, this kind of shit, me and Opie would have been like, ah, oh, fuck. Oh, shit, this scared the fuck out of me. Like, I know, right? But he would be, like, seriously, it'd be raining, and he would just be like, it feels like we were in a spaceship, and because, like, the rain would be coming down, and he's like, he's driving. Like, he's like, I'm already there, man. Oh, dude, we're just cruising the universe. I'm like, this is badass. Holy shit. Are we fucking flying, dude? This is crazy. Especially this first really getting stoned giggles. Yeah, me and him were sitting there just dying laughing. Oh, shit. But put that down for a little bit, shall we? Yeah, let's put that down for a little bit. Pardon me. Alright. But no, I really like I said, I like how Uni is just, you can jump in anywhere in there. Future, past, alternate present, you know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. Dungeons and Dragons, medieval. It's like it covers all the fucking genres. And there's even space before for like what happened to, before the Zero era, what, I don't know. Was there, I don't know. I haven't gone that far into it yet. Like I said, all I know is that there's what they came and went. The deity wars, At the it's not really the war, They're just basically we're playing another game. Someone else's idea. Taking all hands on deck type thing. We're all going to play our parts just like we just did. You know what I mean? Type thing. You could always live in your own fucking thing, but can't we all just get along? You know what I mean? Can't we all just get along? We're all playing the same playground. No, the like I said, Universe 2.0 is going to be like at least 2 times larger than. There was a guy was talking about the scale of the universe. He was talking about it's on a scale that you really couldn't understand. He was beyond being able to comprehend. I'm like, I think it's beyond your comprehension, dude. But I can comprehend that the scale just keeps changing. Like from millimeters to from centimeters, millimeters, centimeters to you know what I mean. And it goes to just keeps on getting bigger until you need a new fucking ruler because that's 1. Now it's 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's 1 now, and that keeps going, and that's 1 now, or 0. It's like making pages of a book almost, Maybe the Akashic Records, as they talk about. I really don't know. I think that we're going to experience something pretty trippy here pretty soon. I would imagine, don't know, that's my place to talk about shit. But, yeah, it's not mine, so I'm not going to even bother with that shit. I'm along for the ride, man. I'm enjoying watching it go down. down, down, down. I just can't believe, like I said, the people that don't see. Should probably put another song and talk about other things. Yeah. Pardon me. But it would be really cool to have other people working on any also. You know what I mean? That would be the most ideal, I think, because it's not just like any one thing, and there's no one major story to be had or to be done. It's just stories about things, and there are good guy, bad guy, because you got to have some kind of conflict resolution to have a story at all, even like an emotional. Huh? Interesting. Well, humans, like inside your head, again, like a scale, you have your conflict resolutions, yeah, and that'd be your drama. Then you have when you go outside and deal with shit, and that'd be like your adventure. You know what I mean? What you dream about is like your sci-fi. What you love is your romance. So these different books just kind of collapse into a human experience that people then enjoy. By the token of the fact that you can turn even the most tragic things into a good story, and you can turn the most awesome things into a tragedy by just it didn't work out. You know what I mean? The most awesome love story is also the most tragic if you just keep following it long enough. I think because they have to part ways at some point in time, at least in the human. Right? So imagine that you've been watching this love story. This was an incredible fucking love story. It's great. And then one of them dies. Unfortunately, that's very, very real. Which you get that broken heart syndrome thing going on. Happened to me when I lost my music. Holy fuck. I was like, oh, I was like, let's go do a fucking breakdown, man. That's like, I was fine with everything, but that was just like, no. 20 years, and basically go fuck yourself. A company that didn't have anything. I'm gonna get upset. Let's not do that. Let's focus on the happy. Yeah, again, for anybody that's possibly going through detox, someone who isn't me might be going through detox and got a bit of the sweats going. Smoke some pot. It helps a whole lot. I wasn't out, but I just haven't been taking a whole lot today. My wife was kind of like, oh, it's been 7 hours, guy. Why don't you give us something? Okay. Okay. I can take it every 4 hours, sure. Got no problem with that. Settle down. They can give us no pot or nothing. Yeah, because it takes like about an hour for the tramadol to kick in. It doesn't take that long for this to kick in. Its activation is immediately. And so I was sitting there, like, yeah, I was waiting for the tramadol to kick in. I just took a hit or two. I didn't even go get my pot from back here. It was cold back here, and I was starting to sweat, which is, you know what I mean? That's that fucked up. Not a good feeling. It just came out of nowhere. I was sitting there watching TV. I'm like, it was a bit cold out of the blanket. If I pull it back even a little bit, all of a sudden I start sweating. I'm like, what the fuck? I can't get off of me. Kick the blanket, and the cold's not kicking in like it normally does. I'm like, what the fuck? Check the time. Oh, I haven't even smoked any pot today. My body is pissed. Okay, here you go. Calm down. You gotta give me some, man. We're still here in reality. You realize that. If you get me back in the dream world, we're fine. Hello? was a thing about they're trying to get this tomb excavated in Sudan, and there are several pyramids there, and one has this pretty famous dude, and I started seeing what was going on with it immediately and why it's not written the way that it probably went down. But I've just been seeing behind. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've been seeing behind all kinds of shit. You know, um, I I haven't, like I said, I haven't nailed this down. These are possibilities of shit, but what I can best see for America is that um, they are trying to run the people out of food so that they will revolt. Um, that's all it could be. Um, there's some influencers that were invited to the Democratic influencer only, whatever, and I guess they were expecting to be well received, but the people had some serious questions for him, and Hakeem Jeffries did not really have any good answers. And they're going to be disillusioned, and they're going to tell their people unless they felt comfortable with what was being said. Um, it's just going to go around, and I don't think that there was a consensus. It's just weird how the people are just now not putting up with the shit anymore. Like they were in Thailand, where Thailand has a bit more of a they're really hating the Miss America doing what they did. I bet their women are a bit more docile and a bit more whatever, you know what I mean, or at least even if they can fight, it's still kind of like with the mental tweak of men are just superior. You know what I mean? That can be bred into you. You know what I mean? Look at Pam Bondi. Look at it's either they got some Stockholm shit going on, or they're just evil too. Um, but yeah, actually, I can see Pam Bondi being a Nazi. I can put the uniform on her, and it doesn't seem weird at all to see her in there. You know, yeah, a few of her. I could see her in the modern Hitler movie, and everybody be like, they picked the right person for that. You know what I mean? Just looking at the way she looks and how she behaves. There are people that, they get too far into some shit, and I don't know. But it's the mask is fading quickly, and I don't think people are going to choose either side. If they do the fall for a Democratic ploy, basically, look, everything is going back to normal somewhat. That's all they really want. But yeah, just wanted to go back to the way it was. Just go back. Just like with COVID, they didn't want to wait inside and wait till it was actually clear. They had paint to buy and fertilizer, snow falling on him, on his white tears. You can't get paint. You can't go down to You know what we're gonna do to kidnap the governor? Fuck. What? Oh, well. Yeah, it was just Ketamine's a very funky, trippy experience. It's like being like dreaming awake. It's very, very nice. I enjoyed it anyways. I like to dissociate though. I wonder why that is. I don't know. Too overwhelmed by this world. I don't know. All I know is when I did go, as like I said, I started writing and my mind actually felt free, and I was just like I was trying to like get like book nice. I'm like, why? Just write. Who cares? As long as it's legible. As long as you can tell what it is later. And I started trying to write as fast as my thoughts could go, but I was thinking way too fast. So we'll snag a word here and there. I don't know. I wonder how weird it was. You know, I mean, people are usually pretty out of it. Not than the first time. Just yeah, this guy does drugs. You sure you haven't done this before? No, I've done other things so. Don't worry about that. Just bring me the next dose, please. Oh, there wasn't in there. Oh well. I'm gonna say Castoroni, the stoner's least favorite treat. Ooh, fuck! Something just caught right there, but it might be good, depending on. I mean, that might mean it's letting go. I've been finding new ways to kind of prop my neck to get these ones if I can find like, oh, that's so much looser right there. There's a muscle right there that's always fucked up. And, oh, fuck. It's about to go pretty soon. I'm not gonna hurt it, but it's giving me a little incentive to move, you know? I've also been like, you know, tweaking it pretty hard every now and then just to kind of jar the. It's like they're fused and they need to. If I could even get one part to crack, I'm sure the rest would start to crumble, you know, because they're just not supposed to be there. It's like something just built up in there. Probably to reinforce it so that it could keep it from pushing on the nerve. I don't know. Something happened. It's just very, very sore. So. I've been doing a lot of stretches and shit. A lot of morning yoga. It's been nice. Making my own stuff, you know, I know the moves and shit, so I just make my own little thing and work on stuff. Probably do some for too long, I don't know. Maybe just go to bed. I don't know what time it is even. 4 o'clock. Mm-hmm. No, I guess I'm gonna go to bed. Shit, I just took my channel on fucking 1. Yeah. Yeah, because it didn't start kicking in right around 2. Yeah, it was almost 2:22. I was like, there it goes. There. That put out the fire. Yeah. It's just weird how you can just feel that shit kick in. Just like, oh, nice. But yeah. As long as I don't take my clonazepam, I'll be up. Particularly half of those to go out because I don't take them very much anymore. So she said that rehabs are filled with as many people on benzos. I just watch my counts all the time. I take it when necessary, and around here it's been necessary, but not as much because I control all the things in here. Pretty chill. don't know. Oh yeah, I thought I had some turkey bacon. Ready to make some of that. Maybe I'll make some Brenner. Some turkey bacon. Ooh, BLT. I still have the hoagies. Just thaw one out. Oh yeah. That'll be like dinner. I had a bowl of cereal. I got some honey bunches of oats for that very fucking reason. It was like two boxes for cheap as shit. I don't remember what it was, like $3. I'm like, yeah, they're not very. I mean, they're just good. They're not bad on calories or anything like that. I'm sure it's got preservatives and bullshit of the regular shit, but really, what's not fucking tainted these days? The food in the packages and the cans. I try to eat fresh and shit, but they make it rather inconvenient for being a convenience store. It'd be much more of a convenience if I had a greenhouse. And yeah, much more convenient. I will admit that the couch is calling. God, it's just so comfy, man. It's just so comfortable. Maybe I should go out there and like read my book from out there. Put it on the big screen. Give it all you got, and then you put it on the big screen. Trying to set up if I should do that. Like I said, I don't mind reading the first 40 pages because it's just about Argus. I'll probably have to edit it in real time. Like they're supposed to say, what the fuck am I trying to say there? Because I would often like back up, and I got better about it, but I don't know if I've gotten that much better um, cleaning up what I wrote. But it would be cool to show off how like the pages jump around and stuff and the different options. Because yeah, it's really cool. I think it's really cool. I guess it wouldn't hurt to show it off because I mean, I just don't want to put it out there until you know, not like telling people watch this. You know, the ones that matter to you. And yeah, that's all that really matters to me. But I don't know. That's just me. Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind doing a co-spot on one of those like a podcast or something like that. But I mean, no one's ever invited me on one or anything like that, so I just haven't. I've mentioned to people, like, dude, let's work on something, but no one's ever like gotten back to me. So no, I just see that it must be repellent to people or something like that, which is fine. I mean, I like my time alone. I just wish I wasn't single. You know, again, I'd rather have a really good friend who's also my spouse. You know, it'd be way better. Because I mean, when you go to, I mean, geez, when the day's over with, you know, whatever you're doing is just you, unless you have someone that's a friend to talk to, you know. But I don't know. Like I said, it seems like in this world they try and parcel out everything into viable pieces, you know. Keep your mistress and your wife and your girlfriend all three different things separate for some fucked up thing, and then, you know. It was such a common thing that I guess that back in the, I mean, even to this day, I mean, I've heard people talking about like, their dad going out to get cigarettes. I'm like, that was some old ass shit. They still doing that shit? They used to be like younger than me, unless that's what you're trying to explain. But still. And then you gotta look at like how much of it is actually what happened, and how much is it is alienation of the other parent, mom or dad. Just a lot of people don't think of a lot of things. I have a lot of time on my hands, so I think about a lot of things. Including, like I said, I mean, I guarantee that if you ask Donald Trump, he probably honestly believes he actually contributes to society, which justifies all the fucking bad shit he does. And if he's getting a personal feed saying, yep, you are, I mean, he's falling asleep on fucking TV. Just, holy shit. People are really done. I guarantee even the Fox crowd are like, okay, yeah, we fucked up. If nothing else, I'm ready. I'm not ready to tell them, you know what I mean? But I am ready to put my fist through his face. Just like I said, you're fucking with the wrong people, man. The second you just don't want to fuck with them. You just want to fuck with them, man. Why would you pick that as your target audience, pardon the pun? I can understand if you're going to deliver. These people are armed and looking for a reason to use those. Children are dying and they're fighting for keeping them. And that goes for people that aren't even owning automatic weapons. Because they're afraid that if you take the automatic weapons, you're going to take the pistols, the shotguns, and the rifles. Again, I get the fear, because that's what they're being told to fear. Well, that's how they start. But then why are you guys dropping the fucking legal age of girls? It's like 14. That's a slippery slope there. Especially when a lot of them don't even listen to it anyways. It's just for keeping them out of jail when they do it. I think they pass soon enough. I'm sure they'll probably try and grandfather themselves in. Especially probably Trump. That probably might have been like his lowest he'd go. Because he's a noble guy. Looks like getting pissed off. See, and that's when I want to fucking start. I hate him so badly. I don't have any witness against. I haven't seen it, but his own words testify against him. His actions, his behavior. Like I'd be giving, like if someone said, "Dude, I gotta take this to trial. You can't just make a judgment." Like, hey. I believe you. And it's like, we can't have a trial on this. Why? Because people might make a judgment. Like, you need to go to trial. You're the reason why court was made. You're the reason why court was made. Let's put on some music, shall we? And just breathe through. This one's called Somnolence. It's, for sleeping too, if you want to. I mean, you can drift off to these songs. I could make them more available than putting them up online, but I don't see how I can make them more available. Oh, that one's called The Imprint. That one's called The Imprint. That's number 6. I don't know. There's lullaby, somnolence, remembrance, lucidity, narcosis, and the imprint. They are 8 minutes. 17 minutes, 6 minutes, 19 minutes, 15 minutes, and 13 minutes long. But again, I wanted to remix them over and over again, keep trying to tweak them out and shit to have more music to listen to stay asleep, because I don't think these on repeat would be all that great, but I wouldn't mind chilling them out a whole lot and make sure all the peaks don't go over a certain volume. I didn't do all that shit. Compress it so it stays about the same volume the whole time. You know, so like there are certain cues that are supposed to kind of draw you out, because you're going to be going through lucidity. You're going to go, well, after you sleeping, you come out to REM, and it's going to need that trigger again to put you back under. Go back in REM and then trigger back up. So that's what I was shooting for anyways, but I never really got a chance to listen to it. I should probably listen to this tonight when I'm sleeping and see what happens. That was weird sounding. Oh, I might be mixing with what's going on in the background of the music. That'd be weird, but it started making this weird little Is that my voice? Holy shit, that's weird as fuck. I think there was just some noise in the background of the music. Pardon me. Yeah, a lot of the videos I make that I put up that I add music to, I don't line up the music for anything. I mean, there's that one where like let the challenge begin. I did sync the music for that, but no, I just usually just put the music in. Anything that happens with the, between the acting that I did and I just learned to trust whatever I'm doing. If I fuck up, I let it be, and then I try and do when I do the voiceover, I try and make it matter, like why I fucked up there, Dude, that kind of stuff. As far there's that one that's like the I am the problem. Like right, I had something on my tongue. I really went, but I did that. And boom! I was like, oh hell no! Talk about timing. I didn't line that shit up at all. I was like, wait, come on! You don't hear the because it's the bass kicks in. Because I didn't even have any music in mind. I just typed in, I am the problem. A lot of them, I don't necessarily know what I'm going for. I just type in the thing that I'm feeling like I need to get high, and that'd be a song. And when it syncs up, I'm like, we're meant to be. We're meant to be. So went by that store and they had this is where I got this necklace from. I was like, oh shit, this is the place I got that. I was in there, I was walking around, and I asked if she had any necklaces, and she was like, I was like, yeah, I was looking at some of the antique stuff they had, and I was like, it's pretty cool, but it wasn't all that cool. And then I was like, let me find something, And she came out with these, like a handful, like a bunch of necklaces, and she laid a bunch out. I was like, oh shit, yeah, this is where I got that from. I was like, let me go ahead and get that. And they had like the Million Star one. And I was like, let me get, what is that? How much is that? And she's like, it's like $5. So I'm like, okay, yeah, let me get that. Because there was like 3 that were together. And I guess that was they're 5 each, and I was going to buy all 5. I was going to see, like, can I get a discount if I get 2? I just jokingly said that. And she's like, yeah, sure, we can do that. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. And then she took the one off. I was like, okay, that. And it's like, she's like, I was like, so that one, they're 5 each. So then she's like, she had the 2, and I'm like, ordered it's only like 2. And she's like, this is like a friend. I can't separate these, because I was like, oh. And then I was like, so are they 5 each? And she's like, no, I can sell it to you for 5. I'm like, fucking give it to me. Fuck yeah, give it to me. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I don't know. I'm a toe grabber. That's what I do. Johnny Find 'em. Johnny Find 'em's the name. Private Dick is my game. Alright, take two. Johnny Find 'em's the name. Private Dick is my game. It only works if you're wearing Superman underoos, though. On the outside of your boxers. And the cup. Towel for a cape. I used to walk around with a fucking cape on when I was little. I was man. I wanted to be Superman. Didn't work out so much. I ended up just being a man. Should make a fucking superhero. He's just completely average. Just man. Hey, man. Hey, man. What's your costume? I'm just a man. Man. All right. Catch you later, man. See ya. It'd be great if it's like one of those where they like get Keegan and Michael Key, and this dude rolled up on me, right? He said, "Yo, I'm man. I'm just a man." And he stood like this. He had a cape and red gloves. So they can never catch him because everyone's always describing it wrong. No, he wasn't. He was in the sky, man. He came flying in. I think he took the subway. He had a big M on his chest. He could be standing right there going, I don't remember an M on my chest. Oh, this is my secret identity. Oh, better get out of here. It could be like Naked Gun. It's just like completely obvious. All people recognize him because it's not the action. They don't spot him at all. You know, that's how average he is. It's only when he does something amazing. But he's also there like, hey, here's your door, man. He just has good timing. Baby drops. Dad runs out. Well, oh, there you go. Thank you. No problem. He keeps walking. Who was that man? I think that was Man. Thanks, Man. You saved my wife, Man. Bring it full circle. my god. Fairyland was fucking great, man. This is incredible. Because they just go through all these little, like, exhibits of all these fairy tales. There was the Three Blind Mice, the Hickory Dickory Dock, or whatever that is. Yeah, that was Hickory Dickory Dock. They had this talking dragon. You pull his tongue and he blows bubbles and talks. And there was a big whale, and there's a story in there, and you go down this. But there's like near the pond, and I'm sure by now they probably fixed that, but they never, like, I mean, so I always had this really kind of damp smell in there, you know, like you didn't really want to be in the bottom 2, 3 seats because there's like seats like going down. Apparently, my brother took his boy to Fairyland, and there's like a chapel there, and there were some kids inside, and so it's like a kid-sized chapel. So he goes in and goes down the front and starts preaching. And all the kids were into it. Oh, shit. For my brother, the atheist, that had to have been the worst thing in the fucking... Amen, brother. This little mini congregation, and he's having to, as an adult, watch these kids go, I heard that. And Jesus came for your sins. Amen. I gotta go. Come on, Dad. I was charismatic as fuck, son. You're gonna be a cult leader, aren't you? Depends on how you raise me, Dad. Depends on how you raise me. My dad didn't. That would be great for me to step in. Depends on how you raise him. Our dad didn't raise me right. You don't have a cult. I know, I should. He didn't raise me to have fucking motivation. You hear me? You motivate that little fucker. Make them dollars, Joe. He's a good kid. He's not going to do bad things. So he has a cult. Oh, God. So he has a cult. He's talking about Jesus, and, you know, it's all age appropriate. Good kid, good kid. Let him have a cult. Oh, come on. It's not like one of those David Koresh guys. Get called to the office. Yes, I understand he led the lunchtime revolt, but does he have to be suspended? Yeah, because they vowed to do it every day until we could have pizza every day. And the kids were like, fuck yeah. Oh, by the way, he taught them all. Pre-K through 6. He's got them all. Throwing their pudding cups. Screaming, we're not going to take it. Oh, fuck me. My brother said that's one of the reasons why he was fine with having the kid. It's because he said he saw me do it, and he said I made it look easy. But it's the wrong reason to do it, but he said he felt like he could do it after seeing me. That's good, man. was way too rough. Let's see. Dolphins are very wondrous things. If you've ever gotten to know a dolphin, you know exactly what I mean. Now, I've never gotten to know a dolphin, but I know what I mean, so I don't have to meet a dolphin. Works out for me. I didn't say you had to meet a dolphin to understand what I'm saying. Well, you're difficult when I'm trying to tell a story about dolphins. No, I'm not talking about the Florida dolphins. These are real things that you don't go to a sea world, you go to the sea. Now, out in the sea is where you find the real ones. Unfortunately, the ones that have been tuna fed are taking back the oceans. Is this one I'll play? No, this one. But when you're swimming away from a dolphin, you must remember to keep your eye on them, because if they're going the other way, that means a shark's coming. Because they're your friend, they'll follow you. They're not going to put their neck out for you. Bottleneck, that's a dolphin joke. Keep up with it. Going fast here. Is this too fast for you? I'm riffing, I have no idea what the fuck I'm saying. Now, around the big island of Hawaii, as they say around there, you have to be a native to know this. I'm not a native, but I've been there. So, just past the breakers, as you keep just going out, just keep going out. Marco Polo, keep going out. Out there's the sharks. Come back a little bit further. Right there's good enough. You're going to meet some dolphins there. The water's a little bit colder. And then your pee-pee's going to shrivel up a little bit. It's okay. It will come back, but it does get cold, and you're going to lose. You're going to go, but it's okay. It's okay. You want to do the dolphin dance, okay? That's where you just move your feet. And if you have a person there with you, you just side by side, front to back, at the surface. The dolphins will come. One of you will come. And then you dolphin swim away. That's my dolphin story about dolphins. Never met a dolphin. What am I supposed to tell a story about dolphins? I've been to SeaWorld. That's just mean. Been to a zoo. That's just mean. How cool would it be to like just walk around this world and just meet like animals and shit on their terms, and there's no like anger like that. It's like if you understood that I'm not on the meal list, you know? I don't mind watching you do what you do, but I'm not on the menu. Hello, Mr. Silverback. Don't even bother trying to grab me. It ain't gonna work. See, I'm greasy to you, alright? Yeah, I just slip right out of your hands. Now, I thought about that for a first-person shooter game, mainly because of my nephew. He's a pacifist, pretty much, as far as I know. So I was like, the only way he could enjoy a game like Skyrim or Grand Theft Auto is if there was a pacifist mode. even in multiplayer. And what it'd be like is you don't get weapons. You're just basically doing like all this stuff that is around. Like for Grand Theft Auto, you can do like the bicycle, you do the car races, running a nightclub. There's no really, I mean, there could be a different version of stuff. That's like a cleaner version of running a nightclub. You do fly the blimp for promo, but nobody can mess with you. You know, it's kind of like when you're playing in passive mode, but difference would be that if you do any harm to anything, because you're a pacifist, so even if you like harm wildlife and stuff, it could cause you to go be shootable, harmable. But yeah, for like Far Cry, you could be able to go out and lure the pets and animals in. No harm, just feed them and pet them. Go swimming, you can see the fishes. The fish would be more likely to be drawn to you, and the ones that would hurt you just will swim by and they won't bother you. So you can enjoy the first person shooter just like anybody else would. Drive the car around and shit. Instead of being like war torn, it's just like the town. Or it could be fucked up and your job is to kind of help put things back together, Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Do a first aid game. There's a town that's kind of damaged. The whole thing is to put it back, make things right. Because there's so many times you just send in and destroy shit. Yeah, they call it the cleanup crew. Cleanup crew 1, cleanup crew 2, cleanup crew 3. I can see it. Oh yeah. Who are you gonna call? No, we're gonna get copyright. Who you gonna know? Text? No. Did it? No, not the music either. You the gatekeeper? I might be the keymaster. I don't know. How about you tell me? Every scene just starts in that basic moment. Just the door opens up. Are you the keymaster? Are you the gatekeeper? Yeah, let's get this going. No, I just have a pizza, but just throw the box. No, but I got some time. But no, but I got time. What? Where's my scooper? So, in the end, what was once the beginning has become the middle. As the past becomes a present to give to the others. Your presence, you're being present in the present. Yeah, just smoke some regular pot. Or not. I'm gonna make some chocolate today. Could always do that here. Oh, it's 2 hours already. Might decarb some. I got some aluminum foil. And that was the only thing that sold me up, really. And just being lazy, not want to make the mess. It's not even being lazy, it's a matter of having what it comes to cleaning it up, especially like the coconut oil. It's messy. It's messy. I'm gonna try and do an ounce per jar. I think that, I don't know if that'd be strong enough or what. I don't know how much you can absorb. So I'll try and do at least like an ounce per cup. That's what I'll try and do. 'Cause I don't know what the max it can take. I don't want to just be flushing it away. You know, if that's the max it can take. I've tried to look it up, but they only have like a recommended amount. Oh shit, the music hasn't even been on back there the whole time. I've been hoping that I've been thinking it was on there. I've been hearing it. Sorry. Been having to just listen to me talk there. But yeah, make some chocolates. Cause I've got 4 boxes of chocolate. I mean, wouldn't you know it? After I get all the shit I need, the store right over there starts carrying it. It's very fucking weird because like I hate going in there because it's whatever, and but every time I do go in like, to get water or whatever, there's a sale on whatever I need. I'm like I'm just getting my water here. Fuck you guys. And I'm like, why does I'm going in the back? I'm like, whatever I need, it'll be like right there on the caps on sale. Fuck. This last time, the coffee has not been on sale for a long, long time. So I don't know. I was expecting to be on sale this time. I was getting water, and I was like, I really don't want to go to town. I wouldn't mind just getting some creamer here. It's gonna be this. I've already checked. It's about the same price, and this is like $10 for the coffee here. Where I'll get it for like $8.99 on sale. Of course you are. Of course you are. It saves me a trip, man. I don't get as much as I would there. Yeah, I'm obstinate sometimes, especially with shit like that. Fuck. But it's like right now, there's nowhere else to get water that easily. So I just kind of like, every time I walk in there, I just want to like carry it on my back and be like, no, this is my man purse, you know? It's not a cart. I always leave it at the front, and then whilst I'm switching it from the cart over to the thing, I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and do this totally necessary step. Totally necessary. But yeah. That's gonna go soon. Don't know when, but it's gonna go. 2:05, 4:37. 7 minutes. It's crazy how much science has been. That's why I haven't been really paying attention to what. Like I watched. I was trying to watch one thing on the Maya, and it was interesting. I mean, they were showing like this large flat land. They're showing all these people like they're CGIing it, and there's a lot of people gathered there, and it's just there, and they're just like gathered, and like that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. You know what I mean? I could see it being flat, but they probably were like on like little market squares. It's probably like a pop-up market, especially with those little ramps coming up. It's probably like a farmer's market type thing, you know? It's a plaza for you to set up your shit and sell what you have. That wouldn't be there anymore. Weren't there poles? There wouldn't be pole holes. It's just a flat place to set it up to be like a market square. And I just like listening to what the fuck they have to say. I'm looking at them, listening to what they're saying, and I'm just going, no. I mean, that explains it, but no. Well, I mean, when you look at what it is, it's like, no. They were talking about the Kushites, how they were the most fearsome warriors, and like how they didn't know exactly what happened, but blah, blah, blah. Okay, I can tell you exactly what happened. They had that the Egyptians considered Kush a sacred place. people have moved in. Now they try to take over from the south, and they did have they pulled a Rome occupation type thing, and that's just not what they're saying, but that's what happened. They're saying that they made sure to inflict their gods on them, and then they don't know exactly what happened. Like, I know exactly what happened. They brought someone from within the ranks up to a high enough tier so that he can run those people and answer to them. But when he realized he had the most powerful army, you know, I'm not just gonna be like this, secondary. On top of that, we control the gold, and we have the strongest army. Then we keep sending people for your army. If we just move the army in on you, it's ours. That's exactly what they did. I guarantee that the soldiers, as they were coming back in, they're probably like, "You're one of us. Stop fighting us." They're like, "Yeah." Turn around. You know what I mean? You don't have any soldiers anymore. See how quickly it turns? Dude, you're actually from Kush, aren't you? Like, yeah. While we're here, yep. And start doing this, going, and here you go, Pharaoh. And then they just, with that quickly, just took over everything. But they still observed the Egyptian gods and stuff and things like that. Those pyramids that are there may have been there before. I don't know. I had an idea today. What if the Valley of the Kings? What if those were bodies that he wore? The pyramid wasn't a burial ground at all. It was some kind of chamber. Now, they say it's an energy. That makes a lot more sense than anything else. That there was all that gold and on the gold cap and stuff like that. That the energy is far more important, far more valuable than gold ever could be. But if you had electricity in the old age that worked on basically kind of magic. I mean, they showed that person walking. They had the little thing. It was like a little tube that had the electric eel in it. Now, if you're just watching and you don't know what it is, you know what electric eel is, and this might have a coil inside of it. They didn't leave anything necessarily behind. How much is buried in the desert? I mean, who knows, really? But we figured out lighting. I don't know. They had the same brains. They had the exact same brains. So as far as things being new under the sun, I really doubt it about that. Everything was, you know what I mean? And we're just kind of doing a repeat in a different era, if you will. It's a very weird, like a global game is the wrong word, but for lack of better words, game, interactive. Not time killer, because that sounds too, I would say banal, but that's yeah, it sounds too dismissive to say time killer. What this world is a secondary host where you can have virtual experiences because you cannot die in heaven, but you can go through all the same. Even a whole entire life, a few days, whatever you need to do. You know what I mean? Run a specific story. It'll all be, the future has it all, I want to do a thing where I'm heroic and I don't know the story. And okay, we got several of those. Just go, you know what I mean? What type of time frame are you looking at? Enjoy your ride. Completely interactive. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. Oh, it doesn't mean that you'll be allowed to or that'll affect anything or affect reality at all. Yeah, it all starts from a sense of what's right and what's wrong. And then it branches into trying to do what's right for everyone when you don't know everyone. Then you have to decide is there a cutoff? Is there a minimum amount of bullshit, a maximum amount of bullshit? Um, very, very, very maddening. Especially since you hope everybody fucking, yeah, I mean, if you have a heart, you hope everybody works out. But then you start seeing some of the shit, like make America great again, and you don't want it to work out for some people. And you're almost like, can't that part be played by someone smarter? You know what I mean? Like the first time they're like, oh, we were duped. You know what I mean? That first time. I let my hatred blind me. God damn it, Marge, and your fucking haircut. No second time for you, sir. Even the white supremacists are like, what the fuck? That's not supreme at all. I guess we're not. We quit. That was our guy? Fuck. We're pathetic. That was our guy. Oh, yeah, now I can see you guys. I don't see you guys as the heroes I used to see you as. I see you as the following ass weekend warriors you are. No, going to the gym is not going to help because it's up here, guys. That's the problem with everything, isn't it? It's all in our heads, how we perceive things, our expectations of stuff, what we want, how we feel our life should go versus how we feel it shouldn't. And then somehow it becomes the government's fault because they lied to us and said that they were going to handle that. You know what I mean? That's the only reason why people get upset. Because the government's like, you know how you think about this? I'm like, yeah. Well, we should all just have, yeah, you're right. Okay, so we should all, okay, yeah, so we're gonna make sure that happens. Right, so I don't have to worry, no, you don't have to worry about it, we're all together. Okay, yeah. And then it slowly but surely becomes something else, you know? It starts out as a democracy, becomes this insane, insane fucking thing where people that should be speaking aren't, and people that shouldn't be speaking are. And that's frustrating. It's very, very frustrating because people that shouldn't be speaking are doing all the speaking and they're doing it so loud and so annoyingly and so braggartly. And just gotta get off of that and get, like, you know, back to a stasis, a normal, normal rhythm and just exist. I don't know why. It would be a much better world. I could worry about understanding the point of the other people if it was logical. like Ulfric and the Empire. Sadly, as much as I want to side with Ulfric and the Stormcloaks, I have to side with the Empire. Because worship is something you can do in your head. You don't have to do anything physical out here. It's something you believe in your head. So freedom of religion, that's on you. They can kick you in the head with the Quran. They can beat you to near death with the Bible. They can learn every fucking word, but you don't have to believe any of it. Just think of all the stuff you learn in school that you necessarily don't use, and then just think if it matters if you believe. From your life to your death, how many people have believed in God and how many people did it not matter? They still went into their grave. It didn't save a single life to believe. Well, it saved a soul, but it didn't save a single life. And so with that, if you're going to make it, you're going to make it. And if you're not, you're not. We're going to learn a lot about that, I think. I feel we're going to learn a lot about that soon. At least by April, I believe, of next year. I don't think I'll be there to see it. I think I'm one of two that won't be there to see it. It's fine. Because, like I said, what I've read in there is, it just makes too much sense, what I've said. And what I've seen her say. Mm-hmm. So, I'm ready. Very, very ready to leave this whole thing behind to its own devices and not look back ever. You know? Nothing I'll look back for. Good riddance. Everything you've ever known. Yeah, but look at how much I have to learn. Plus, if I get my guess correct, if I turn around, that'd be a new one anyways. Probably big enough to handle a 28-hour day. Look a lot like my map of Oni, at least where Oni should be. So I want to remember anyway. I don't want. I prefer to just go to bed and wake up and it's all done, you know. But I'll do whatever I gotta fucking do. I'll walk whatever miles I gotta walk. I have to. I mean, of course, because there's no other option. But I want to, you know. I mean, I just want to do what I'm supposed to do. And so if that means make it through, then that's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm make it through with God's help. I haven't been shut down yet. I don't think it's going to start anytime soon. Like, anytime soon. Especially with the more ideas that keep coming and having come to me. Whether they're mine or not, I don't know. I'm getting some really dope-ass ideas. I should probably take one of my brain health things. I take a couple of them for cognition. Probably those. Here. I might have to go to the store, not tomorrow, Monday. If everything's still here. God might do something completely new. I have no fucking idea. He said, behold, I do something new. Jump in the book, like having the Trump, it's pretty well known. He's revealed himself. He's the fucking Antichrist. I mean, I don't know if he's actually going to ever come out and say it out of his mouth, but he looked at the sky and said, I'm the chosen one. So we can't have much time on this planet. You can. So I'm more worried about what's going to happen after, if I'm even allowed to go. I hope it's like the book that I wrote. It was given to me to write the book about it came and went, and the deity wars and shit like that. I thought that was a pretty cool idea. Along with, I said I love it because after I tell people about the mark in the hand, like I said, everyone has one on the right, but not everyone has one on the left. And I go through like the zeros have they're more there's work. They don't give a shit. They're not complicated. And then ones that have one and not one here or here but not one there are NPCs a little bit adjusted, and then twos are almost inevitably go church. Church people, those people that stop by from whatever. I've been just talking about it, and they both go, huh. I was telling my uncle about it. He's like, "How's you been doing?" I'm like, "Oh man, I've been working on stories." Like, yeah, I explained to him about the challenge and stuff, and about the hands. As soon as I said exit one and then two, he goes, "Yeah, I got two. Yeah, I got two. I'm good." I don't think we could have this conversation if you weren't. Honestly, I don't think it would even be happening. So, yeah, 2:23. It's 4:56. I might go make some food. I'm actually getting hungry. I'm gonna make a BLT, bacon, turkey bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Oh, probably just the turkey bacon. I don't have any lettuce and tomato. I may have used it up. I've got other things I can make. I can make a full-on breakfast. Ooh. Might do that. I don't know. I might have something to eat. I don't know what it'll be though. But if nothing else, I'll have a cup of coffee. Don't go to bed.